Before we get into this, I want you to think about something. You've watched the races, maybe you've seen the crashes, maybe you've even learned a driver's name or two. But here's the thing, you've only ever seen the surface. Underneath the speed, underneath the glamour, underneath the $7 million machines and the billion-dollar teams, there are many secrets that almost nobody knows. Secrets that'll make you rethink every race you've ever watched. Welcome to Race Gems, the channel where we dig past the finish line and find the treasure buried in the sport's most shocking, bizarre, and brilliant stories. Today we go through 10 facts, one by one. Let's strap in. Fact 1, a prince behind the wheel. Here's a question most F1 fans get wrong. Who raced in the very first Formula One Grand Prix? A driver? Sure, but also royalty. Prince Bira of Thailand, yes, an actual royal, lined up on the grid at Silverstone in 1950 for the very first F1 World Championship race. He wasn't there as a spectator. He wasn't there as an honorary guest. He was there to race. Back then, Formula One wasn't just for athletes. It was a playground for princes, barons, aristocrats, and daredevils who had more courage than common sense. A prince in a roaring race car, fighting for position at 200 kilometers per hour. That is how Formula One began. Fact 2, 5 seconds. That's all. Okay, stop for a second and count to 5 in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In those 5 seconds, a modern Formula One car can accelerate from a complete standstill to 100 miles per hour and stop again. 0. Full speed. 0 in 5 seconds. The acceleration hits you in the chest like a punch. The braking feels like reality itself trying to stop you. Drivers describe it as being launched from a cannon and then suddenly caught midair. That's not a car. That's barely legal physics. Fact 3, faster than a plane. Taking off. What's the fastest speed ever recorded in an F1 race? 372.5 kilometers per hour. For reference, a commercial airplane typically takes off at around 250 to 280 kilometers per hour. That means an F1 car on a public racing circuit has been clocked going faster than a plane lifting off the ground. At that velocity, the human eye can barely process what it's seeing. The trees blur, the grandstands smear, time itself seems to compress, and someone is sitting inside that machine. Fact 4, the 1.82 second miracle. You cannot blink twice in 1.82 seconds, but in that exact amount of time, an F1 pit crew can remove all 4 tires, replace them, and send the car back onto the racetrack. 1.82 seconds. That's the world record for a pit stop. Every crew member has a single, specific job. Every tool has a precise position. Every body movement is rehearsed thousands of times. It's not a pit stop. It's synchronized human choreography at racing speed. And if one person is 0.3 seconds late, the whole record shatters. Fact 5, the $7 million puzzle. Let's play a quick game. What costs more, a luxury penthouse in Monaco or a Formula One car? In most cases, the car. A modern F1 car costs over $7 million to build. And that doesn't include the engineers who designed it, the factory that built it, the wind tunnels that tested it, or the 1,000 plus people whose entire job is to make it go faster. $7 million for one car that might race for a single weekend. Some parts, particularly crash structures, are replaced after every event, whether they were used in a crash or not. Fact 6, spending millions to blow air. Why would a top F1 team spend tens of millions of dollars just to blow air at a car? Because air is everything in Formula One. Wind tunnels, massive facilities where artificial air streams blast over a scaled model of the car, are how engineers understand how every centimeter of carbon fiber behaves at 300 kilometers per hour. A tiny change in the shape of a wing, a small curve on the floor, the angle of a vent, all of it matters. Teams at the top of the sport were spending over $30 million per year on wind tunnel time alone before budget caps forced them to reconsider. In F1, even air has a price tag. Fact 7. 3 drivers, 1,000, 0 difference. What are the odds of 3 drivers setting the exact same qualifying lap time to the 1,000th of a second? In 1997, it happened. 3 drivers crossed the line with identical times to 3 decimal places, not milliseconds. Thousandths of milliseconds. To understand how unlikely that is, consider this. F1 lap times are measured to incredible precision. 3 entirely different drivers, in cars with slightly different setups, taking slightly different lines, somehow landed on the exact same number. The universe blinked, and for one moment, F1 was perfectly, impossibly equal. Fact 8. 700 pages of espionage. Formula One has its own spy thriller, and it's completely true. In what became known as Spygate, one team was discovered to be in possession of over 700 pages of confidential technical documents from a rival constructor. The fallout was enormous. Fines, exclusions, career damage. The lesson? In Formula One, the secrets inside a car can be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and some teams will do almost anything to get them. Fact 9. Too easy to be fun. Traction control. The system that stops your wheels spinning when you accelerate too hard was banned in Formula One, not once, twice. Why? Because it worked too well. It made cars easier to drive, reduced driver skill as a differentiator, and took away some of the raw, dangerous excitement that makes Formula One what it is. The FIA essentially told teams, the sport is too safe and too simple. Let the humans wrestle with the power. That's the only sport in the world that banned a safety feature because it made things too easy. Fact 10. 6 wheels, 1 win. The Tyrrell P34 is one of the most bizarre-looking race cars ever built. It had 6 wheels, 4 small ones at the front, 2 at the rear. And it looked like someone drew an F1 car while half asleep. But here's the thing, it won a Grand Prix. The 1976 Swedish Grand Prix, 6 wheels standing on the podium, against the entire field of normal cars. Sometimes the weirdest ideas are the fastest ones. Drop your fact number in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you want more facts, more deep dives, more gems hidden inside the world of racing, you know where to find us. This is Race Gems, and we're just getting started.